just oh, if you're watching this, I love you so much, and I just wanted to share from this vulnerable place right now I'm experiencing. Feeling supported is a deep childhood wound from trauma I experienced in my childhood, and I've had to work really hard to reparent a lot of things and take care of and give little Kev things he didn't get growing up, and getting to this place of releasing this video. And I've spent my life never feeling I was a good enough singer to really sing my songs. It took me a long time to even come out and share and say, hey, I'm a songwriter, and this is the most meaningful part of my self-expression. It's a huge step for me, and the universe in its glorious mirroring design to show us what we're experiencing within our own consciousness has been mirroring back such incredibly beautiful things from so many people. Just comments and reactions and healing and releasing that it's meant for people and to them and brought about for them, and I just live for that. So it's so important to do this shadow work, this go into these places, these fragmented places within our consciousness, and love them, these dark shadowlands, and love them back into wholeness, so that the full light of our and love of our being can express in whatever unique way the infinite and the divine expresses through each and every one of us. And we all have such special gifts to share. We're an individual expression of the infinite source, God, the all that is, whatever you call it. It really doesn't matter. And the world needs us to be living. This is how we bring this in, Christian terminology, the kingdom of heaven on earth. It's within us. And by following our joy, healing the shadows, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, owning in full responsibility as we move into greater spiritual maturity, we're in process of creating a world that's going to be filled with such abundance and such joy and harmony and peace, communities of light and new just paradigms of things deep in our heart I know we all long for, as this old gives way to the new, and we as consciousness midwives, each in our own unique way on our soul journey, help to birth. And no one can do it for us. It's a very personal thing. So step out of, the ego with its blah, 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 poor me nonsense and its judgment and blame and criticism, and projecting all of its unowned, disowned. And for so much unaware as an educator, I have such compassion for everyone, because you gotta have the information, and it's really just starting to come on the planet, and in so many wonderful ways from so many people. So you find somebody that you resonate with what they teach, how they express and share, and then apply it. You have to do the work, man. And it's work. There's no question. But it brings, it's a process of unlearning. We've just been saddled with so much just shit. Disempowering stuff. We haven't been taught to trust ourselves. Everything we need is outside. It's in the external world. That's the world of effects, man. You have to get to the world of cause. When you make inner changes within your consciousness, it will be reflected in your experience of reality. And that's the real true way to only make change. If you're trying to manipulate the external world, it's the cart before the horse, big time. Our inner world, our outer world reflects our inner state. Beliefs, thoughts we habitually think, emotions that we feel strongly. And not flowing so well here, but anyway, there'll be more. It's taken me a long time to own my gifts, and I've had a lot of beautiful people, especially these past 3 years, and the 10 years I was back in Chicago. A lot of pushing myself out of my comfort zone and bringing my students with me onto the stage, youth and adults, and it's the only way is through. You just got to do it. But I promise you, good, beautiful things will come. And just follow your joy. It's as simple as that. And then take action. And do the shadow work. Dr. Robert Augustus Masters is a wonderful man. His book, Bringing Your Shadow Out of the Dark, I got a lot of help with that. Helped me a lot these past few years. And freaking hate seatbelts. Gonna get that little sound disconnected too as soon as I can. But it's a heavy process of unlearning, and we're here to integrate. Can't just intellectualize concepts of oneness and unconditional love. Like my dear soon-to-be 83-year-old galactic goddess shaman friend Vanita says, unconditional love for all life everywhere. That's where we have to get to, each in our own unique way, in our own time, in our own process. Honor that. Honor your journey. Don't compare. It's the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's why I tatted that on the inside of my foot, right? Foundational. The path we walk. And then, of course, this one that I really had to get, love yourself. It's all backwards, but those of you know me have seen it many times. Monica Yearwood, I can't wait to have on the channel. I'm going to be doing a Source Energy Empowerment channel, just understanding the universal OS, as I call it, and sharing my stories and understanding of it from my perspective, and how I applied this to build businesses and produce projects and takes the soil of the quantum field and make things happen, bring it into reality. It, and I've got a lot of experience with it, and I've been doing this for like consciously since I was a teen. It's taken me a long time to get to this point where I'm gonna step out. So this video represents such a lifelong journey of healing, growth, processing, transformation, and I've learned from everyone that's crossed my path, like everyone. If you're paying attention, the universe is loving and supporting you with every breath, every beat of your beautiful heart. We have to get more out of our head. I mean, we want to use our head, but come from our heart. It's a higher, it accesses higher aspect of who we are, and a broader bandwidth of universal intelligence and grace. And then you learn to get into flow states. Great person that I love a lot, Joseph Rodriguez. Check out his channel. Videos doing fantastic work. And as I was saying about Monica, who I find profoundly inspiring, and I'm very excited to have her on this new C channel, SE, Source Energy Empowerment, to share her work with Ayurveda, because Ayurveda's phenomenal science of life from the wisdom of India and the rishis. That where I learned the power of food to heal. The Earth Mother gives us everything that we need, and there's so much wisdom in Ayurveda, and that was right before my dark night of the soul, which was in '94, and which led to a powerful Kundalini awakening. But it's an up and down. Stacy Martin, if you don't follow her, follow her, follow her, follow her, follow her. She's amazing, amazing. Helped so much also these past few years. And she was the most profound gift that I experienced releasing the video and having the courage to reach out to her. Remember, like, I was little Kev, ran into Vanita. I was in Ukaipa, and I sent a message. I got out of my head, it into my heart, and it flowed out, and brought up some anxiety, which is just self-esteem stuff, and back to Monica, and her post today was about, you have self-worth, man. That's core. It's core. It'll keep from bringing the things, your heart's desires, into manifested reality. But Stacy, wow, yeah, such words, wisdom, insight, and just she's a powerful goddess and beautiful, beautiful, radiant spirit. But I ran in and here's this writer that I've been following for 3 years, at least. And it was such a powerful synchronicity experience for both of us that we're so deeply grateful for. She couldn't even articulate she was experiencing. She DM'd me voice messages, 3 of them, because it was so profound and powerful for her. And then it was equally as profound and powerful for me as she's saying things that healing and empowering tears of joy and gratitude were just pouring down my cheeks, man. And it really helped me step, because since then it's still pushing through this struggle with asking for help, asking for the support that I need. And I know that's like an ego thing. I just had somebody I'm staying with here that I just met who really just, boom, read me the riot act on that. Because it's not about me. I know it's not about me. I don't want it to be. I'm an instrument. I just want to be an instrument of the divine. That's all. Um, so it's that ego perspective that feels like, will you do this? Will you listen? Or will you like and share and subscribe? And I'm like, oh gosh, now I have to be one of those people. But she said, look, it's selfish if you don't do that, because it isn't about you. I know that these songs that birth through are the divine downloads. I don't even like to say I wrote them. I birthed them, I received them, channeled them, whatever. Linguistics will always get caught up in the language. And Avita, a very, very cool woman, and it was like, whoa, thank you. Man, did I need to hear that. But it still arises even with like dear friends that I know, so I'm still doing the healing, still doing the work. But it's worth every ounce of effort, and I love you. I believe in you. You have unique, very, very special gifts to share within your world, within your family, within your network of friends, within your community. And it's all about community, man. We have to build it with a new energy, a new frequency. Heart-centered, aligned with source, higher power, whatever you call it. And magical shit happens when you do that. And I'm telling you, I've experienced synchronicity flow states. And Joseph was the only person, Rodriguez, that I've ever heard describe what I've been experiencing, for like 25 years. In and out, up and down. My addiction issues take me out, put me back in my wounded crap. Then I pull out of that when life gets so fucking uncomfortable physically, mentally, emotionally. Throat chakra gets so shut I can't even, and I'm so stuck in my head I can't even compose a text. I can't even tell you the hundreds of times I've tried typing for like 20 minutes just to go, I never mind, just put the phone down, walk away. Because in my head, right, how's the person going to receive it? Or if you're standing up for yourself, and I, deep fear of rejection stuff, I push through, and just a bunch of stuff. I think maybe I missed the fine print on what I signed up for this embodiment. It's just been a lot of earth school shit, baby. But you can do it. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Turn to the Divine Mother. Turn to the Heavenly Father. Turn to whatever it is that you want to call it. But we need that divine feminine energy. And remember that we have the feminine and masculine within us. We're coming out of a state of codependency. And we see this reflected in society, in relationship with even with government. We're moving into a place of wholeness. And this is what life on this planet at this time is asking us, needs us to do. And don't think that your work in your life isn't a very significant part of this process, because it is. It is only by us, one by one, doing the healing, transforming, pushing through the fear that this is going to happen. And it's going to create a world where all can thrive. That will be so beautiful. It's been spoken of by so many traditions, indigenous, religious, and others have hearkened to this time. And it's now. And we're here to be part of this, to bring this about. So love yourself, believe in yourself, follow your joy, stay in your heart. And there's nothing you can't do. And you got angels to support you. You've got the universe is there. If you want to experience victimization, suffering, we can laugh through our pain, or we can suffer through it. I like the laughing route. It's way better. So much fun. Because if I ain't having fun, I'm out of here, man. Because joy is who we are. It's the essence of life. So let's bring our joy, man, and let it just explode on this magnificent, beautiful planet. I love you.